Hello guys, my name is Plamen and again it's Monday and it's time for our weekly forecast. And let me show you what are our technical analysis for the currency pairs we are trading and also what news are coming. So without further ado, let's begin, and first let's check the news as usual. Today we already had the German industrial production and this have made some impact on the markets, as you're gonna see. And this is not so important. Later this news, the ECB, some speakers, the area and some other guy is gonna speak. This is not very important. On Tuesday we don't have really much important news. As you can see, all of the news are with 2 stars. On Wednesday we have a German CPI. This is very important news, as you can see. The forecast is the CPI is gonna stay the same on a monthly basis, but on the yearly base it's gonna decrease from 6.1% to 4.5%. We have to see what is gonna be the actual value. And later that day, on Wednesday, we have the PPI. This is part of the inflation rate for the US dollar, so this is important news. And we have the building permits for Canada. And later that day, on Wednesday, usually we have the FOMC meeting, and probably some movements are gonna happen at this time. On Thursday, we have the GDP on a monthly base for the British pound, and also we have some not so important news, the manufacturing production. This news, the trade balance, it's a very important news. I don't know why it is with 2 stars, but this is what it is. On Thursday also we have the CPI for the US dollar, as you can see, on a monthly yearly base, and also we have the initial jobless claims and the crude oil inventories. So on Thursday around 5:30 Central European time we are gonna have important news and probably some big movements with the currency pairs with the US dollar. On Friday I don't see some very important news. The French CPI, this news is important and it's gonna bring some movement with the currency pairs with the euro. And let's see, later that day we don't have any important news, so this is all the important news for this week. And let's move to the technical analysis and let me show you what we think is gonna happen this week on the market. We are starting with euro to US dollar. First, let's see the picture from the last week. It was on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, here we said that probably 2 things may happen. The first one is a double bottom pattern, probably from this very important weekly level. But as you can see, the price made a lower low, and now look what is happening here. This pretty much looks like a head and shoulders pattern. It already gave us some entry, but what we think is gonna happen, if we take a look on the weekly time frame, we have a very good candlestick from the important level. This is the bearish pin bar, and this candle tells us probably we may see some good movement upwards for the US dollar. On the daily time frame, we can see now the price has broke this daily trend line, and this also tells us that probably some up movement may happen. And on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that here we have the head and shoulders pattern, the reverse head and shoulders pattern, and we found some point of interest which is on the 15-minute time frame. There it is after these huge movements, and there is a good chance that the price will come back to this point of interest. We'll make a consecutive point, and now it's retesting this descending trend line, and probably we may see some pushback from the point of interest and some good movement upwards to the next daily level at 1.063. This is what we think it's gonna be for the euro to US dollar. Pound to US dollar, pretty much the same. let's take a look at the picture. Last week, yeah, there it is. We expected that the price either will make a double bottom pattern or it will perform this Fibonacci after this strong impulse wave and this engulfing candle, and it will continue to go down to the next daily level at 1.200. There it is. So as you can see, the price continued to go down and reach this level. Now from here we saw a very good pushback, and now the price is starting to make higher highs and higher lows. You can see this high is pretty much like this one, so this is a new impulse wave, and we think probably we may see some retracement to the Fibonacci levels and some consecutive point on this new 4-hour trend line, and from here we may see some pushback and very good up movement, because on the daily time frame it also looks like now this is a head and shoulders pattern from a daily level, so there is a good chance the price to continue to go up. On the 4-hour time frame, or even on the 1-hour time frame, you can see here we have a point of interest. You can see here the price grabbed all the liquidity right there, and it broke the structure here and here, so also there is a chance the price from here to make a retracement to hit the point of interest, and here with confirmation of candles to see some good up movement, something like this. This is for pound to US dollar. Let's move to euro to Japanese yen. Let's see the picture from the last week. It was on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, here just let me tell you, here we had a triangle pattern, but some unexpected movements happened on Tuesday, and look what the price did. A very strong down movement with around 250 pips. We don't know exactly what happened. A lot of people have asked us, but let's see what we can expect. Okay, the price was exactly, let me see, Monday. Yeah, the price was right here. We said here we expect two things: either the price to break this high right there and to perform the strategy for trading breakouts and to reach the weekly level, there it is, or to make a down movement from here to the point of interest and then to see some up movement again to the triangle, there it is. But as I told you, on Friday, after the news for the US dollar, we saw something unexpected and this candle happened. There it is. From here the price fell for 250 pips. Then now what we can expect for the upcoming week. On Friday we expected the price to reach this point of interest, but it did in the late evening, so we didn't enter in this trade right there. And this morning when we woke up, the price was already around here, so it was late to enter in a trades, but we still think that after this pushback from the point of interest, we may see some down movement of the price to reach first this low and even to continue to go down, because on the weekly time frame the price is at the weekly level and this is a side movement. Probably some good bearish impulse wave will happen to the weekly trend line and even to continue to go down, to break this trend line and to continue to go down, because of the correlation with pound to Japanese yen on a weekly time frame. Last week we said that we are expecting some head and shoulders pattern right there. You can see the left shoulder, the head, and now the price is making the right shoulder. And if this pattern happens, as you can see, the price is pretty much in the some monthly level, which is from around 2015. And if this pattern happens, probably we may expect some good movement to the trend line first and then to continue to go down. This is on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, there are some possibility that the price will come back to reach the daily trend line, or after this impulse wave to make some retracement, and from here to see another up movement. On the 4-hour time frame, there it is. This is the new impulse wave. Now the price is making a retracement, so there is a chance the price to make something like this, to hit the levels of Fibonacci. Some divergence may happen and another up movement. But if the price is starting to performing the head and shoulders pattern, probably we may see a very strong down movement to break this neckline, some retracement, and another bearish impulse wave. Okay, and just let me show you the picture from the last week. We were expecting from this supply zone on the 4-hour time frame. The supply zone was just there to see some down movement, and as you can see after the news, the price made the almost 300 pips down movement. Okay, let's move to Euro to Australian dollar. Let's see the picture from the last week. It was on the daily time frame. Okay. On the daily time frame, last week we said that here we see a consecutive point on the weekly trend line, and there is a good chance that the price will make some up movement to break this daily trend line, some retracement, and another up movement. And still, the analysis from the last week is exactly the same. Now we can see that the price is respecting this daily trend line, but on the 4-hour time frame, it is making a triangle pattern. And this is the ascending triangle, so we expected the price to break it on the upper side and to reach this point of interest and the weekly level, then to see some pushback again. But now, for now, the price is breaking the triangle on the downside, and if it breaks it on the downside, probably we may see some down movement to reach the point of control, or even the point of interest, which is on this low right there, and from here to see some pushback. But if we take a look on the higher time frames, let me just clear something. Yeah. After this consecutive point on this weekly trend line and this engulfing candle last week, we are expecting only the price to continue to go up. There are some retracement possible, but probably the main movement of the price is up, and we can see something like this from here to see a new high, higher high than the previous one, that will reach the weekly level at 1.72. Oh, this high is right there. Okay, as we said, Euro to Australian dollar and all the currency pairs after this currency pair, all of these are making pretty much the same movements, and we are expecting the price to continue to go up. Pound to Australian dollar, the picture from the last week, let's see. It is on the daily time frame as well. Yeah, this is the arrow from the last week. And here we expected the price to make some retracement to hit this daily trend line. Show you. Yeah, there it is. And from here to see another down movement. But for now, the price is making the retracement. It is not still to the daily trend line, and now it's some kind of side movement on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, also we have a triangle pattern here. You have to know that many manipulations happen when these triangles are performing, so probably we may see either the price to break it on the downside, to reach the demand zone right there, and to see some up movement. The other option is, because this an ascending triangle, the price to break it on the upper side, some retest, and then to reach the daily trend line. These are the two options for pound to Australian dollar that we see. As we said, this is a triangle pattern. Probably the price will make an up movement, but if it breaks it on the downside, probably we'll reach the demand zone and the point of control, and then we will see some up movement from here, something like this. Okay, this is for pound to Australian dollar, euro to New Zealand dollar. Again, the picture from the last week is on the daily time frame, and the arrow is still here. We were expecting the price to make some retracement again to this descending daily trend line, and the price started to make it, but on Thursday, it started to go down. Now, what we think for the upcoming week, we still expect the price to continue to go up despite this movement right now, because if we take a look on the weekly time frame, there is a good impulse wave for retracement. We have a divergence here. Let me show you from here to here. And this week, if this candle closes like a bullish candle, this will be a morning star, and we may expect some up movement to reach the previous high and the weekly level again. This on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we are in a very good downtrend. Now the price is making an impulse wave for retracement, so there are two options from here: the price to make a strategy for trading breakouts. If it breaks this low right there, probably we may see another movement downwards to break this trend line, or if the price reach this daily trend line, I mean weekly trend line, we may see some up movement and a pushback from it. On the 4-hour time frame, this morning, we expected the price to push back from this point of interest. As you can see, it made some pushback from here, but now the price is coming back to the point of interest. So we are expecting on the smaller time frames either the price to push back from this point of interest to reach this point of control right there, or if it breaks it, some retest and another down movement. This on the 4-hour time frame. Pound to New Zealand dollar is pretty much the same. Let's take a look at the picture from the last week. There it is. We expected after this strong impulse wave the price to make some retracement, to retest this weekly trend line, and there is the arrow from the last week. And still, this is our analysis. We are expecting the price to make a deeper retracement, to make a consecutive point, to retest this weekly trend line, because the price hasn't retested yet. And on the 4-hour time frame, also we have here some point of interest on this low right there. So there is a good chance the price to reach this point of interest and then to make some good movements to this high first, and then to go to the daily trend line. This is for pound to New Zealand dollar. This is our analysis. And about the gold, first let me show you the picture from the last week, but some news are very important here. This is on the daily time frame. Last week we were expecting that after this strong impulse wave we may see some retracement, and now you can see that the price has started to make the retracement. But last night when the market opened, it opened with a gap, because as you know, probably you know, that there are some actions happen in Iran, and there they declared a war. I think it to the Hezbollah, and probably some up movement may happen. You know, last year when there was the invasion in Ukraine, there were very strong movements at the gold. Let me show you. To February, yeah, there is. Here is when Russia invaded Ukraine, and as you can see, this big candle, this on the daily time frame, the price went up, went down, and after that it went for around 1,800 pips. So we are expecting the price to make some movements again, some similar movements. From here probably the price will make a deeper retracement on the daily time frame, and from here it can test this low right there, or even this one, or it probably can go to the supply zone, this candle right there, and to make another down movement. On the 4-hour time frame you can see this is a strong impulse wave. Now it's reaching this daily trend line. No, this is a 4-hour trend line, and from here probably some retracement will happen to the levels of Fibonacci and to retest all these highs right there, and then to see another bullish movement. On the 1-hour time frame, here we have a demand zone, so there is a good chance the price to reach demand zone, and some divergence may happen. And from here, with confirmation, of course, with candlestick formations, we can expect some up movements to break this 4-hour trend line and this daily level, and to go to the next one, which is all these lows right there. So guys, this is our analysis for this week. If you like this video, I hope you like it, and if you do, click the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I hope you I wish you a very good week, very profitable week, and see you next Monday. Take care. Bye bye.